Now let's get right into it, man. You know, I first and foremost want to touch on, you know, the Fast Bash. I have to touch on this because, you know, we got invited out. Moma Scott said, come on out, man, y'all come on out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yes.
And this is you know, if this for our fans, I want y'all to know how real this is. We had a portable light wall built strictly to go out there. Like we was like, we're gonna go to this Fast Bash. We need to get it. It's gonna be dope. Let's get interviews. It's gonna be so many people. Let's get a light wall built. We had it built. We transported it, got it there, set up everything. And matter of fact, you know, shout out to Charleston White. That's our first time actually meeting him in person.
Wow.
At the Fast Bash. So that's just to let you know how the history works. We met him out there in the parking lot, pulling up by himself.
Yeah.
But we got in. The event was something like I never seen. Like as far as
BT special around that bitch.
It reminded me of the old school Switch House days when Switch House used to hit all parts of Texas, where like it was like lit. I'm like, oh man, this is it. And we felt VIP because the line was long. They like, oh yeah, y'all come in, y'all good. Here's a badge and VIP. We felt good. We felt great. I think we wanted to get a lot of interviews in. All we got was Journey. But we wanted to get more. But you know, it got shut down early. Before I even get why it got shut down, first of all, tell us how was that as far as you putting that together? That wasn't the first one, right? That was our third. The third one, the third annual.
All of them look like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This one was crazy. This had the who's who and the what's. How was that putting that together, building up to that?
You did that all yourself, like you. That was man.
Yeah. I put my heart into it because I'm from East Texas all my life. Born in Henderson, raised in Tyler, and now I live in Longview with my husband. Only been away like a couple of times, but I've been in East Texas all my life and raised my kids predominantly in Dallas and East Texas, predominantly East Texas though. When I first came on the scene, I want to let y'all know how Fast Bash came about. It was a lot of murders in Longview, Texas. Like we was at peaking at like 20 unsolved murders from minorities in our city. It was bad, to the point to where we were all fearful for our black male sons to leave the house. And I wanted to create something for them to do. You know, I felt like we needed something to bring them together. And everybody I talked to, Ayo Uno out of Longview was one of the first ones to say it'll never work because there's so many people that are hurting behind the murders from different families in our region. But I went ahead and listened to God, and I created something, and actually Franchise is the one that created the name for Fast Bash. And that's how I ended up getting out with Bugatti. Bugatti was my first artist that I reached out to.
Shout out Bugatti.
And he helped me get it lit and he came to every single one of them. So it means something to him too. Plus I'm raising 2 kids out of Stop 6. So that's kind of like a connection between me and him as well. But this last one, I wanted to make it extravagant because my artists have been working so hard throughout the year. They deserve that exposure. And so many people try to block them out. Not only them, but other East Texas artists that are working, and they kind of try to downplay it. I wanted to create a platform for us that other cities had, like Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, that we've never had before. So I didn't care about the profiting. I didn't care about making money off of anything that I did. However, I did charge the artists because the artists need to understand that this is not something that's easy. So I felt like the artists needed to understand that it's the responsibility of paying for a slot. So I wanted to educate them on that so they won't think it's something that's sweet. So they were the only ones that were charged, which I ended up having to refund a lot of them back their money at the end just to be fair to them because we got abruptly shut down and it wasn't my fault or anybody else's. But there was a lot of money, blood, sweat, and tears. Me, Trilly, my husband, my artists, just people abroad that went into organizing that for months and months and months. And I wanted it to be historical, and that's when I got artistic visuals on board with Doug out of Dallas and Space Boy, Boss Talk CEO, Charleston White, a lot of people that came together to help make it epic. Of course, all the bloggers, you guys were one of the biggest ones that I had in the building, Reallyfe Street Stars, Takeover TV, at the time, Chase the Bag, which I'm no longer affiliated with, and then a lot of other bloggers that was there in the house, the Press Box out of Henderson. There's so many people that I love that really came together to make this stuff epic, and everybody showed up. You know, I had a lot of mainstream artists. Bebe was there, actually showed up. Sancho Saucy from TSF, Son from TSF, Bugatti, of course, Lil Ronnie, Bubba Dub. We had a lot of people in the building that were very important to me, along with the 4 paid East Texas artists that I was going to premiere along with Fast Entertainment that night. So I wanted it to be where it was like a BET type of setting. That was my goal, for it to live stream, for it to do all that. But in the midst of everything, it was just a lot of chaos, and we kept getting picked at, I think, as the crowd started building. But it shouldn't have been, because we had so much security in the building. And then, yes, we did have one person that I believe shut it down. I'm going to leave her name nameless. And because she ended up going to jail out there in the foyer. And when that happened, they shut us down behind one isolated situation that was controlled. They let a $100,000 event go down the drain behind them being fearful of us. That's just what it was. So I now have a live lawsuit, and my attorney is Kim Cole out of Dallas, Texas. So I'm not stopping on that.
I want to know, you know, you had so much support in the building.
Yeah.
That speaks to your character and what you were able to build. Can you talk briefly on how you were able to build these and cultivate these relationships?
Being me, basically. I mean, I'm a hands-on person and in-person type person. I don't meet strangers. If a person accepts me, they accept me. But I'm never no more. I'll never act no more than what I am. I might make some mistakes, but I'll always try to come transparent with a person. I'm just me, and I believe in honesty. And, you know, if you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, you can't. That's like that with you guys, you know, and that's just how I am. It's not just, that's not a show. That's not something I wake up and write. It's just me, you know, so thankful God. I guess I have the spirit of just the gab, the gift of gab, I guess.
and I've never seen, I've never seen an event like that even in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? What? So for you to, like that? I'm saying to bring everybody together on some other shit. I've never seen it, bro.
It was amazing for Longview. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Now, hey, to help your lawsuit, I gotta say this because, you know, after it got shut down, I'm like, oh man, what the hell? Do we go back home? Do we stay? We were like, let's go back home. We were 2 or 3 cars deep, and I caught a flat. And there was no tire shops open.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, man, we gotta roll back home on this flat.
Yeah.
So luckily, I don't know how, but we made it back on the flat. So whatever judge, hey, listen, it was a lot of losses came from them shutting it down. A lot of losses came from them shutting it down.
Even my mainstream artist that we had, which was Tech Luwop, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Tech showed up and stayed outside with us for about an hour or so. He showed up right when it shut down. You know, so one thing about it, I think the respect level with me, I've never been the type of person to try to scam anybody. Everybody got paid. It was not me trying to get out of no situation. I paid them voluntarily and with ease, you know, and comfort. Right. Because like I said, it was never for us to capitalize monetarily. It was for us to win culturally.
There you go.
You dig what I'm saying? So the hurt for me be when I'm in situations with young black males, because that's what it be in East Texas, that don't have an understanding or the respect level for somebody that's doing what I'm doing. Instead of that, they always looking at stuff as a competitive type of situation. Instead of it looking at we can all come together and make something greater happen. Everybody's wanting to wear the hat or worried about me getting the label for wearing the hat. Yeah. But I don't give a damn about a title. You know what I'm saying? I'm chasing purpose.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Mola. Hey.